Coach, a great balanced effort tonight. You had 4 guys in doubles, a couple guys right on the cusp of it, and it just seemed like most of your baskets in the second half at least were assisted on. Lots of ball movement, and I know that you probably preached that a little bit after getting down again early to a very athletic BC team that played very well, actually played out of this world in the first quarter.
Once again, a team is up for Hammond. They come in our gym and shoot better than they've ever shot. Coach said that was one of the best shooting quarters they've ever had over at BC. I give them credit. They ran their stuff. They ran the break well. They just made shots, and we didn't. What I'm proud of is we got down 15. Didn't panic, kind of ran our stuff. We're just missing shots. Didn't have that many turnovers. And got back into it and fought back into it. You get to a point there, you get down 15-16, you can roll over, you can let the game get away. But what's cool is, again, we just fought our way back into it, didn't panic. What's interesting is in the second quarter, we're down 15. Into the third quarter, we're up 15. So that's a 30-point swing in less than 2 quarters. So at that point, you got to have defensive stops. You got to score on the other end consistently. So, that marks well for us. As I told a couple of reporters earlier, you got to remember, we've only had 6 or 7 practices as an entire team. Now, it's already December the 8th, 9th, and we've only had 6 or 7 practices. Some of these teams have been going since September, October, November. So, we got 6, 7 football guys that are still getting the rust off, and they're trying to roll them into the rest of what we're doing. So we're behind right now, but, the other problem is the schedule.
Not getting any easier.
It doesn't care. So we like to get this schedule early and play it while we can before we get into our league schedule in January.
Speaking of that, Friday night at the Bojangles Bash at Ridgeview, you have Dreer, and then on Saturday you have an excellent Flora team that it has all the makings to be a terrific high school basketball game. Just talk about the challenge again. You guys embrace playing tough teams, playing out of Skeeza, high-level public school teams. That's your philosophy, and last year it paid off with a state championship.
Yeah, we've been doing that. This will be the 4th year that we scheduled public schools from the very beginning, but probably the last 3 or 4 years, out of our first 15 games, 13, 14 were on public schools. Last year, 14 of the 15 first games were public schools, and 13 of them were on the road. We only had 1 home game. So I firmly believe that our kids are competitive. They want to play competition. They want to play better athletes and better teams, and it ramps us up a little bit. Dreer's a very good team. Flora's a good team. Following week, then we go to the Chick-fil-A, so it's same thing over again. Then we go to Greenville after that with the Irmos and the Hillcrest. So it's going to be an interesting couple weeks.
Just occurred to me, the football team got a lot of deserved publicity, not only winning the 2nd state title in a row, or was it 3rd? 8th out of 10, but the 25-game winning streak. It was the 2nd in a row, but a 25-game winning streak. What is Hammond's winning streak up to now?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what, I'll research that before Friday's game, so you'll have.
Yeah, I'd be afraid. I haven't really thought about that.
It's got to be pretty good.
Close to 20, I guess.
Yeah.
We haven't lost at home in 3 years either, so we defended the castle quite well as well.
How special is it, though, to play, and maybe not as much for you being an old seasoned college basketball veteran, but for the kids to look over and see that the coach, a legendary coach, the coach of the Tar Heels, Roy Williams, sitting there 4 rows up, 5 rows up, watching every move. I mean, that has to be pretty cool for the kids.
It's very cool. Coach Williams, Coach Martin, all those guys came to a lot of practices. It was very exciting. Chavez got recruited by 10, 12, 15 schools, had 15 offers. So the kids have been pretty amped up about basketball for the last 2 or 3 years because of all the recruiting circulating, Xavier, McDaniel, and all our guys. So it's very cool. It's also very rewarding that Seven reached his dream of going to North Carolina, and we had a small part in that, so it's kind of like a proud papa, and it's very exciting. It was also very exciting. We got the hug. Coach Williams came up and said, "Hey, I can finally give you a hug because Seven's finally coming to North Carolina." So it was a little bit different that he still wasn't on the recruiting trail.
Right. Dreer, Flora coming up. Let's not to take anything away from Dreer, but the matchup in particular between guard James Reese and I believe it's Kendall Hampton, their other guard, and seventh, as well as with Lucas. But I mean, just to narrow it down, that's seventh versus either James or Hampton for them. That is something that if someone genuinely enjoys quality high school basketball, they need to be at Ridgeview High School on Saturday. That's going to be electric.
Yeah, but we have a game Friday night beforehand, so
One game at a time.
I can only concentrate on Dreer first. Both those teams.
Your alma mater.
That's my alma mater.
Yeah.
So we'll take care of. Worried about Dreer first, but Flora's certainly an excellent team. We'll have our hands full with both of them.
All right, man. Hey, great win tonight against Brooklyn Casey, and we will see you on Friday night.
All righty, thanks.